At the start of his career with OKC, here's the steal. Whitmore airborne. He's always had that athleticism, and recently he's put it together in great fashion for the Rockets in his last 15 games, playing 20 minutes per contest, averaging 12.8 points per game, 45% from the field. There's a block by Steven Adams. Since his return has been a great veteran off the bench. Whitmore missed the three. Here's Adams making an impact. Whip around pass. Thompson, speaking of players that have gained a lot of minutes because of the Rockets' injuries. Rockets have had multiple injuries to their starting lineup. Now Jabari Smith Jr. out. And Thompson, coming off the bench to start the season, has been a starter recently. His last 7 games he started, playing 39.2 minutes per game, 17.1 points and 10.9 rebounds per game are his averages. Whitmore! Back-to-back threes! Gives the Rockets a 7-point lead to close the first quarter. What an electrifying end to the period by the Houston Rockets, taking on the best team in the NBA. And they go ahead by 7 at the end of the first 12. By Jerome. Niang will try. Third one is the charm. And that's how the Cavs get back into with 3-point shooting. However, the Rockets in their last 8, they're allowing 113.8. Which is 6 more than their average. It takes them from 4th in the league overall to middle of the pack in that stretch in their last 8. However, they are scoring 121.1 points per game in their last 8, which is good for 3rd in the association in that stretch. Mitchell draws Steven Adams. Merrill. Something that's been fascinating to look at for the Cavs' perspective. Something that the eye test tells you and something that the numbers back up, as Niang slips the screen. Almost slipped. No, he did slip. Slipped the pivot foot. He traveled. Cavs take a lot of threes. It's a lot of open threes. There's also a lot of contested threes, and they've got up to a historic start shooting from downtown. They are 5th in threes attempted in the NBA. They are 1st in three-point percentage at 39.6. That mark is one of the best in franchise history. So far, just scoring alone, they're 2nd in the NBA, and they're on pace to set a franchise record for points, or 122 per game. But being specific on a three-point shooting, right now I mentioned the 39%. That is 1st in the NBA, and it is currently the 2nd best in franchise history, behind the 40.7% mark they set in the 1989-90 season. And I can assure you, just not even looking at the numbers, they weren't attempting the number of threes they're attempting now, which is 40.8 per game. So on volume and efficiency, the best start in franchise history for the Cavs in shooting the basketball. And a lot of it has had to do with the ball movement and the incredible just difficulty of shots that they are making, as Jerome hesitates and he draws the foul on Whitmore just last season. And it's very fascinating to look at last season because for the most part, it's the same core of players. The only major addition they made in the offseason was acquiring Kenny Atkinson to be their coach. But a different coach won't change this specific stat, which is their efficiency on pull-up threes. So last season, they shot 33.7% on pull-up three-pointers. And then this season, that's up to 37.6%. So pull-up threes, off the dribble threes. Very contested threes, and that's everyone. That's Mitchell, that's Garland, that's Jerome, that's LeVert, who is very efficient from 3 this year. Karis LeVert specifically shot 34% from 3 last year, up to 42% this year. Shooting less, but way more efficient. Just the ball movement alone has improved very much. Just talking about the season since Donovan Mitchell has arrived to the Cavs, the 2022-23 season, the first one with Mitchell on the team, they averaged 24.9 assists. Then the next season, which was last year, they averaged 28. Now this year, it's up to 29.1. And with that, their scoring average has gone up as Jason Tate, speaking of going up, goes airborne for the layup. Rockets retake the lead after the Cavs started the second quarter on an 8-0 run. Allen, his first attempt from the field, no good. Great defense from the corner by Jae'Sean Tate. He receives the pass. He lobs it! Cam Whitmore, go and get it. Eason, Garland in semi-transition. The floater is off the mark. He's been incredible in floater range this season. Missed there. He's shooting 61.2% in floater range, which is first at Şengün. A rare turnover for the Cavs. The average just 13 per game, which is the third fewest turnovers committed by teams in the NBA. They're already up to 8 in this first half when teams are physical against them. Mitchell with the left. What a crafty move by Donovan Mitchell. His scoring has gone down this season. His efficiency has remained the same. The scoring average has gone down every season since arriving to the Cavs. From 28 points his first season to 26 the second, and now this year is third at 23. That's not because he's any less good. Still 28 years old, still in his prime. Still go get a bucket as he did on that last trip for the Cavs. Şengün, driving kick, Jalen Green. Şengün doubled there, and he makes the right decision, and Green nails his first three. He's 2 for 10 from the field, counting that one. Good defense by Şengün. Wade driving the closeout, kicking Darius Garland from downtown, and he's able to connect. The Cavs, every season that Mitchell has been here, as there's a drive and a pass, a lob to Jarrett Allen. The lead is down to 3. Since every season that Mitchell has been on the team, the drives have increased for the Cavaliers. That first year Mitchell was on the team, they averaged 48.1 drives per game and 5.9 assists off those drives. Last season, as Brooks pulls up and hits it, last season they were at 48.9 drives and 6.1 assists, and now this season both marks have increased a little bit as Mitchell missed and a foul was called on Houston. This season the Cavs are at 52.5 drives per game and at 6.7 assists. So every season that mark of drives and assists off drives, to be specific, has gone up of that drive-in kick game. Garland missing another floater. They got up to a 9-point lead, 23-14. Houston closed the first quarter up 7, and Cleveland has rallied at different points throughout the second, third, and the start of the fourth. Houston has always had a response. Thompson misses, and Houston has now been able to answer 12 straight Cleveland Cavaliers points. With 5:40 left, Cleveland can take their first lead since the first quarter. Jerome stops his dribble, kicks it to Mitchell. 8 to shoot, 5.5 left to play. We're getting into clutch time. Donovan missed strong off the glass. Back comes VanVleet, looking to stop the bleeding. He lost it out of bounds. That's his 6th turnover of the game, 20th for Houston. VanVleet and Thompson have 11 between them. Timeout Cleveland. Thompson splits the pair. VanVleet tying his season high for threes made in a game. At Orlando on December 26th, at New Orleans, I should say, he made 7. He's only had 2 games, making at least 6 threes. Tonight makes it a third. Garland wide open for 3 on a miscommunication between VanVleet and Brooks. It's been interesting to see. I was mentioning how Mitchell has let Darius Garland lead the dance just in general this season, but that extends to the clutch. So in the last couple of seasons since Mitchell's arrived to Cleveland, he's been one of the best players in the clutch. Consistently averaged 3 points per game in the clutch. But Darius Garland, his field goal attempts and his points have gone up in the clutch as well. He went from 1.7 points in the clutch in 2022-23 to 1.8 in 23-24, and now this season he's at 3.2. He's averaging more points in the clutch than Donovan Mitchell, and Donovan Mitchell's clutch attempts have gone down. You see here Mitchell letting Garland lead the dance in the clutch. An important possession, game tied, 47 seconds left. Garland drives, Jalen Green got the stop. Thompson fouled by Donovan Mitchell. 4.5 left to play. Cavs have dominated the fourth. They have dominated in clutch time all season long. They are the best clutch team in the league. The best point differential in the clutch at 3.7. The best clutch record at 15-2. Let's see what they do here. Garland fouled. The Rockets had a foul to give. 0.4 seconds go off. They blow up their inbound play. Mitchell will set up at the other side of the court to open things up. Jerome to Garland for the win! Short but fouled! Darius Garland got fouled. Houston has a challenge though. And 2 timeouts left. They're in prime position to use it. I would use it without even looking at the replay. So instead of going up 1, they trail by 1 with 2.8 left. And they don't have timeouts. Garland, a 90% free throw shooter this season. 3 for 8 today. Mitchell short. Garland loose ball, no good. What a win by Houston.